probably wondering why Evita Caldwell, our crime time reporter, is joining us right now here in the studio. And Evita, we had a sexual assault that occurred on campus this past weekend, and I know you've been working your sources all day. Have you found out any information about, any new information involving this case?
Yes, Mark. I was able to get an email statement from the St. Louis Police Department regarding the incident, and they explained that apparently the female student who was assaulted was attending a party in the loft apartments, and she needed to go to the restroom. Someone offered to give her assistance to the restroom and ended up pulling her into the restroom and sexually assaulted her. But it's very important that we try to find who this person is and get him off the street, because she was forced to perform sexual intercourse with him.
Right. Is there a description, do we have, of the suspect?
Yes, we have a short description. He's a white male, I think about 5'8" to 5'9", and he has I guess an after 5 shadow. Mm-hmm. He was wearing blue jeans and a gray shirt. We don't know if he was an attendee at the party. We're not sure if he was someone who resides in the loft apartments, but again, it's very important that we try to get as much information as possible. If anybody in and around campus has any information on the incident, they're urged to contact police as well.
Control issue. Joining us now is Evita Caldwell, our crime time reporter, to further talk about the local control issue. Evita, we have heard from the mayor's office, the police office association, every side. It's been heated.
It has.
And now all of a sudden there seems like there's a deal. What's your gut telling you?
You know what? I was incredibly shocked, considering that, you know, the last time I had the interview with police officer Ed Clark from the Police Officer Association, you know, it sounded as if they were definitely going to fight this to the deaths almost, and then all of a sudden you hear the reports, the local reports, saying that they've, you know, all of a sudden made some kind of deal a couple of weeks ago that did confirm that the police department will be overturning that police control to the mayor back to the city. So I don't know, it seems like, you know, just from the sources that I've been talking to, that there may be some kind of deal by contract by handshake, or, you know, because a lot of police officers are wondering, I don't know if you know if they're wondering or if they're just not available to comment on it.
Yeah, I mean, I've talked to a lot of police officers off the record, and a lot of them aren't really happy with the deal.
Suspicious,
and they're suspicious. I mean, they don't know if they can trust the Police Officers Association now, and they're not sure if they'd want to vote for something like this. You know? Why do you think that is? Well,
you know what? One thing that I've heard is that they were promised that the pension funds would not be touched. So ultimately, that was the whole issue with this, is that the multi-million-dollar pension fund of the police officers would be affected, and supposedly there's some agreement that, you know, those won't be touched under any circumstances. But still, you have to think about, with all the events that have transpired, you know, after they reported that they were turning over that to the mayor, you hear reports of Chief Isom supposedly looking into other employment elsewhere. So,
and actually, the news just came out. He's no longer in the running for that Chicago.
He's not. Okay.
Yeah, it's still. I think there's a lot more questions that come out of this deal than there are answers, and it just makes you wonder. I mean, because if you talk to police officers again, they're always like, "Well, it's bound to happen. The city's bound to take over control of the police department."
It's been a long time, though. They've fought this several times in the past, and just to, you know, to even say that it was bound to happen, a lot of people didn't think that it would happen just because it's been brought up so many times. So you still have those skeptics out there that are like, you know, what's going on, what's really going on behind the scenes. So,
well, apparently the tide is changing, but we will follow this for the few episodes that we have left. Evita, thanks for joining us. As always, Crime Times will never be the same without you.